A 15-year-old boy. He could be your neighbor, your nephew, maybe even your son. Every day on his way to school, he is tormented, maybe once, maybe twice, but every single day without fail, because he is different. He reaches out for help, but finds nothing. He feels disempowered and isolated, frustrated by his difference, but also the lack of control he has over his world. He lashes out, becoming the first one to throw a punch on the school bus and carrying a crowbar for retribution. He finds another way to empowerment, turning on those from another race. He recruits those who feel similar, and they travel in packs, attacking others and handing out punishments with sledgehammers, bats, and sometimes an axe, dragging it on the concrete to strike fear in his victims. This is Matt's true story. But that's not where the story ends. Because on one afternoon, while Matt was having a quick nap at the bus stop, he was woken up by his head violently being smashed into the bus stop wall. A gang of men had set upon him, raining their anger blow after blow after blow. And by chance, a stranger from the very race that he despised stopped and offered assistance, protecting Matt. It was this moment of personal connection, that intimate exposure to the humanity behind a stereotype, that had the power to break a hate-filled ideology. It turned Matt from the violent extremist that he was to the man that he is today, a man who works with government and with private sector to fight intolerance, ignorance, and hatred in our communities. And what if all the Matts, Mohammeds, and Min Lees didn't have to go through that experience to get to that personal connection? What if we could create that not by chance, but by design? Ladies and gentlemen, Pentor, a home for young people to find personal connection. Pentor is a place for young people to ask questions and to find answers, and within that find a sense of pride. Pentor is a place that dispels myths through humanizing others. Pentor is where a swipe can change a life. Pentor, ladies and gentlemen, is Tinder for mentoring. And this is how it works. There are two roles in Pentor, mentee and mentor. Mentors select their speciality, and they're provided, or they go through vigorous training so that they're able to effectively give guidance, but they're also rigorously vetted and verified so that we know they're legitimate. And ladies and gentlemen, you could be one of those mentors. Mentees can self-select, or they can be invited and nominated by those around them. And once you register, you choose your journey. Pentor then allows you to swipe through the options so that you can find someone to connect to. And if a mentee selects a mentor and they're selected back, a connection is made and the journey begins. Pentor could have connected Matt with Kwa through a shared love of soccer. And the mentee-mentor relationship is all about trust. It's about creating that personal connection through chats, through conversations, through sharing videos, resources, and ultimately, support. It could have connected Mohammed to Chris through a shared love of cars and motorsport. It could have connected Min Lee with Maria through a search for spiritual fulfillment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we create a community. Because today, young people feel disempowered. We ask questions that we don't even know how to articulate. We search for solutions to challenges about identity, about faith, sometimes even just about careers. We want our world to change, and we want to be part of changing that. And Pentor creates a space for us to find those people that help us create our own future. Pentor links us to real people that can answer the questions we have. Inspiring leaders within our community, but sometimes someone who can just give us a helping hand. Pentor is the ultimate epitome of empowerment through connection. Research shows us that the Matts, Mohammeds, and Minlees that go down the path of violent extremism do so because of a desire for a basic human need that we all share. Pentor speaks to those needs. Stories like Matt's show that we must have spaces like Pentor, because one swipe can change a life.
Thank you for that very articulate presentation. Can you describe the filter or the filtering system whereby you filter the mentors, and that leads on to a second part of the question, is establishing trust online?
Yeah, thank you. And it's an incredibly important question, and we do expect that part of the process when you sign up as a mentor is that you go through a process where as an app or as an organization, we have a discussion with that person. We understand where they're coming from. But I think the way we want to pitch it is also not just around issues of, I guess, violent extremism and radicalization. It's about providing an opportunity for anyone to connect to someone they want to, anyone who wants to be a mentor to connect with others. So part of the process in terms of being onboarded as a mentor is that you do sign up and we do verify who you are, but also you're provided with a pack of sorts that's about looking for social support, where to refer people in terms of, you know, we can't ask our mentors to do everything, but we can ask them to sort of be that gateway.
Thank you. How are you going to ensure that you get the people who are most vulnerable or most in need actually using the system as mentees? How are you going to reach out to them, acquire them, get them using the product?
Something we weren't able to talk about today was we'd sort of thought about 3 different gateways. One, as we mentioned, was self-selection, and one was being nominated. And through our personal experiences, we've found that nomination is actually a really good way, because sometimes teachers or social workers or people in the community think somebody has potential to do something, whether it's good or bad, and are happy to nominate someone. But a third way, and this is something that we were still looking at creating, was the concept of, do we want to talk about it? Yeah, the concept of ISIS bloopers, right? And so the idea behind ISIS bloopers was to create videos that essentially shattered the illusion of what ISIS was about. So you imagine, you know, a couple of good-looking Arabs walking through, and then the set falls apart around them, showing that it's actually a created illusion, and behind the set is actually destruction. So things like that would sort of target the people quite specifically, and then lead and say, okay, you're looking for empowerment here, but perhaps check this out first, and it's a gateway through.
My question was actually pretty much what she asked, but I'll ask it again anyway, because I think it is a great program, and I think you'll get a lot of people who would want to be involved who are probably not the ones that we need to worry about. Like, I wonder if someone like Matt would have actually ever signed up for something like this before the bus stop incident. How likely would have you been to think, yeah, I actually want to know more about these people that I hate?
Yeah, okay. Like, absolutely I would have, because I didn't have any support anywhere else. You know, if there was you know, an app out there that I could look at these days, you know, where I can get that support and I can get it anonymously as well, that'd be like, yeah, like talking to other people. and just getting that support, really. Like, I mean, sorry, it's just that the way that I actually got better was through support. And it was just like, you know, starting to integrate with other people. And I truly believe an app like this will put that process in place.